Hi everyone. In this video, I'll talk about my first service experience and how the bike has been performing for the first 1000 kilometers. I'm recording this video on 12th May 2022. However, I completed my first service on 21st March 2022, which was the 11th day after I took delivery of my motorcycle. I was unsure on whether or not to move this channel forward, which explains this delay. On a related note, I'm happy to announce that I'll be posting more videos here thanks to your hearty support for my recent videos. Let's start with one of the biggest questions in India, which is fuel economy. I'm ecstatic to say that I could extract 40 to 42 kilometers out of 1 liter of petrol based on the instrument cluster reading. I must say that my riding style mattered a lot towards this good fuel economy. Maintaining the RPM value within 4500 km in each gear was a top priority of mine. At the same time, I did ensure that I was braking in properly by varying speed and not stalling the bike. I did not fill any premium fuel and maintain the tire air pressure as per manufacturer's suggestion. I did not go for rides on hilly terrains and made sure that I gave the bike rest during long rides. I did go out on highways, but since the highways are crammed over here, it was okay. I had the enthusiasm of a child in an ice cream shop to get the first service done, so that I could explore more, which explains the short duration of the first service. If there's anything that I picked up almost immediately, it's that the bike requires a good warming up before you hit the tarmac. It's also kind of annoying that it requires a bit of acceleration when you're starting it for the first time in a day. Otherwise, the engine just stops, and you might have to push the start button a couple of times to get it to run again. So it's better to apply the throttle a tiny bit so that the engine doesn't turn off. But after the first service, this issue has reduced, and if it's warm outside, it starts without hesitation. Coming back to the warming up, the bike requires at least 1 to 2 minutes to get to a stable idle RPM with a raspy sounding engine rather than sounding like it's about to succumb to silence. Once it's heated up, it's smooth. Otherwise, be ready for a lethargic engine initially. The engine loves to be revved, and it's easy to get lost in that fun. So hold your horses initially if you want the engine to set in smoothly. The engine does heat up in traffic, so the breed of riders with chappals and thigh flaunting shorts need to worry. I've never reached heating levels where your skin starts to feel uncomfortable. It was just to the level of lying down on a beach on a warm sunny afternoon. The engine never gave me any kind of worry so far, and the performance has been peppy overall. The gear lever is smooth and does not suffer from false neutrals. At times I feel that the gear lever could have been a tad shorter so that it will be closer to the footrest, meaning that you can rest your legs easier even while shifting. If there is one thing that you might find uneasy in broken roads where you need good initial torque and a general availability of torque across all gears, it will be the gear ratio of this bike. Honestly, I feel it's messed up a bit and requires some getting used to. The gearing is too tall even in smaller gears, and you have to use the throttle and feather the clutch to get going, especially in off-road conditions. The tall gearing carries over to all gears, meaning you can't go anything below 55 or 56 km per hour in the 6th gear. During a recent highway ride, I forgot to use the 6th gear for almost 10 kilometers. This is something KTM has to work on, especially given that they named it an adventure motorcycle. Now, if there's one thing that helps you in all this shifting, it's the addition of slipper clutch, which reduces the clutch play by a large margin, aiding in a quicker and precise shift. I'm also happy to report that engine braking is not affected by a great extent due to slipper clutch. The clutch is smooth and easy to operate in general. I love the braking on this bike. Having said that, the front brake can be improved with a little bit more bite. It's not that the bike won't stop, but just a bit more bite could be an icing on the cake. For me, the ABS works splendidly, and I got to experience the magic of ABS and slipper clutch when I had to downshift aggressively and panic brake when a dog jumped across the road. I'm yet to try turning off the rear ABS. I'm hesitant to do that since I'm not an off-roader. I can just tackle normal off-roads and that doesn't require the ABS to be turned off. The build quality and fit and finish could be better, and that is something you should be ready to live with. The fiber work is flimsy at places and I'm not a fan of the gaps in bodywork. It's impossible to clean in between them, and speaking of cleaning, you'll definitely need some detailing brushes to clean the bike so that you can reach everywhere. The switchgear unit is not firmly placed and moves slightly. The suspension setup is nice and the rear is said to be more road focused than off-road. It's easily adjustable but might come at the expense of handling in corners on the road. Overall, I am happy with the condition and performance of the bike for the initial 1000 kilometers. The first free service cost me a total of 1745 rupees. The detailed breakup is displayed on the screen now. Post service, the improvement was felt in starting the bike in a smoother manner, a better feel to the engine after breaking in and oil change. I'm happy with the service too, and they were able to service the bike within 6 hours. The service center mechanic informed me to clean and lube the chain every 500 kilometers. After the first service, I did rev up the engine, and boy does it love to rev like crazy. The torque is hidden behind 7500 rpm, and the bike can accelerate really fast. There is a general buzz in the foot pegs above 7000 rpm. This is quite common in KTM bikes. I did receive a bonus service as well. It cost Rs 295. I availed it on 27th April. They lube the chain, top up the coolant, check the brakes and general condition of the bike. I'm happy with my decision so far, and I'm having a fantastic run with the KTM 250 Adventure. If you have any queries or suggestions, please leave it in the comments. I would also like to know whether you guys would be interested in travel content along with the bike related videos. Thank you for watching, stay awesome and ride safe.